for.
You're listening to The Spot.
Fellas, I'm ready to get up and do my thing. I want to get into it, man, you know.
Let me tell you something, man. These are everyday common folk, working people out there. These laborers. You play the game when you're working for them.
Who are you talking to like that?
Nasty.
Talking to your ass.
Damn, y'all look good in the government check.
Yeah. And now, The Spot on SoFloRadio.com.
Leader got us in a war battle with some salon in Florida.
You calling me out for a hair battle?
Yes.
Guess what? I'm going to come down there and I'm going to show you what I'm working with.
Okay, we are going to Miami on this. You know what I mean?
There are over 1,000 people here to watch this. They're bringing in judges, and I do not want to look like an idiot.
Give it up, everybody, for Natural Trendsetter.
Here we are, Sobe Hair Show, Natural Trendsetters, bringing it hardcore.
Check it out.
I'm watching Natural Trendsetters and Simone. They have drummers, their dancers are doing these acrobatic moves, and her hair models, they look fabulous. They are on point.
I gotta give it up to the Natural Trendsetters. They brought it to the stage. They did.
They set the bar up here, which means the pressure's on me to bring it.
This battle may turn out to be a disaster.
And with that said, this, y'all, is The Spot right here on SoFloRadio.com. I am one Jack Frost coming across your streamline. She is
Dri.
Just Dri. And that clip that you just got through watching was one of the lovely and the talented. Well, let me give her a proper introduction here. She is the co-owner of Natural Trendsetters, better known to all as Miss Simone Hylton. Her techniques are rooted in Caribbean and African Al-Kibulan, for those who don't know the real name of Africa, traditions. I'm gonna just go ahead and let you all find out about the talented and the uniquely just brilliant. Because some of the stuff that we just saw here was very eye-opening. Is Miss Simone Hylton, y'all.
Well, hello. Thanks for having me.
All right,
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. Definitely to The Spot. Okay. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Like, how did the whole competition thing go down with the show?
The Elton Charles show. That's something we did a couple of years ago that was really, really good, and it was just a competition where we got to get up and really showcase our talents as artists, you know.
Right.
And that's what it comes up to, us being artists.
Right.
The theme this year is the art of hair. And people thought, okay, the art of hair is going to be a crazy hair show with a bunch of artistic hairstyles, but it's an art form, just like drawing, just like carving, just like capoeira and karate, you know what I mean? It's an art form with traditions from Africa, you know, that we use on natural hair, and it's very beautiful to look at and eye-catching.
Well, that's why I wanted to bring up the clip, because that specific clip showcased exactly what you're talking about. Exactly. Like, dude was just blown away from the fact that you didn't just have like a hair show. Right. It was a show.
Right.
You know
acrobatic.
What I'm saying? Right.
Yeah.
Bands and all that other stuff.
It's
so
very artistic and creative. You know what I mean? And that's what we'll be bringing to the Royal Coils event that's coming up.
Right. We're going to get some more information. That's on Saturday, December 12th. The hair and fashion show.
Yeah, the Broward County Convention Center. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have models and vendors from all over the country, hairstylists showcasing, doing demos. You know, a lot of people are like, what do you do at a hair show?
Right.
But it's just really like a cultural experience. If you love fashion, beauty, and culture, this is where you need to be on December 12th.
Well, we're going to go into the origins in a little bit, but let me just ask, like, what gets the juices flowing? Like, what gets you to just come up with the idea of, you know what, we're going to have like a semi-army right there, and then we're going to have the drum line there. Like, where does it come from? Like,
well, I've always been really creative, but my passion in this whole thing that really drives me is really making Black people understand that we're beautiful the way we are. And it just takes a little enhancing of what we already have and bringing it to the forefront. So I use artistic expression like through music and poetry and dance to get that point across. Okay. So that's where it comes from.
And you're originally from where?
I'm originally from Jamaica.
Okay.
Hey.
My family.
Right.
But I grew up in New York.
Okay.
So I got my little up north swag.
Right, right.
So we bring that to the table. That's where the trend setting thing comes from.
Right.
Because we set the trend naturally. It comes natural.
Now, it was something that I read where you had it was 15 years. It's called the Amazing Style Teams.
Yes.
It's plural. So
yeah, we are the first natural hair salon in South Florida.
Right.
And there was no natural hair stylists or people wearing their hair natural when we started in 1997. So what we had to do is actually create natural stylists and create style teams to just bring it to the forefront. And now natural hair is like on fire. It's everywhere.
And because you think about it, you see a lot of the Midwest brothers and sisters, like they're like fascinated when they come down here to South Florida and they see the dreads and stuff.
Yeah.
That was like 15 years ago.
Right.
Now it's like you look, everybody got dreads.
Everywhere.
And you have the styling of it. I mean, obviously the hair styling goes for different textures of hair.
Right.
But I'll say specifically for the dreads, because you see a lot of Lil Wayne when he started cleaning up and not doing the Overtown dookie dreads. Like a lot of people, because of his influence, started getting those same stylings and stuff like that.
It's crazy. When I first came to South Florida, it was 94. No one was wearing their hair natural. Like they were looking at me like I was an alien because I was a sister with locks. They were looking at me like, why doesn't she comb my hair? And I'm a hairstylist. So I'm trying to tell you I can do your hair. And they like, she don't even comb my own hair. How's she going to comb ours?
Right.
And then I did, I started going to the hood and seeing the brothers wearing the bunks. And, I'm like, I can do your hair. And they're like, we don't get our hair done, girl. Are you crazy? Like, this ain't pretty. Like, this is a lifestyle.
Right.
And then I had to introduce to them that there was an alternative to that. And parents were loving it because their sons were cleaning up and it was like the best of both worlds. They can keep their locks and still look good. Like to me, locks is the ultimate hairstyle. Well,
it evidently was because your clientele was nothing to sneeze at. We've got a couple of Grammy Award winners, Lauryn Hill, Busta Rhymes, Serena.
Yeah, I did Venus and Serena for a lot of years when they were coming out of the beads and getting into weaves. I was like that transition where they got a lot of braids and, we're really embracing that with extensions.
So how do you feel now that you can see so many women that are embracing their natural hair? Because now, it was a time before where it was just like you have to get perms. But now I see a lot of women, especially women of color, that are embracing their natural hair.
Trust me, when I said I was opening a natural hair salon, literally people laughed at me. They're like, not in South Florida. You got to go back to New York with that. And I'm like, listen, women need it. I knew that there was a need. Once I went natural, I knew that one day every woman, the light bulb was going to come on. And to see that happening and seeing relaxer not selling, like that was like the biggest thing for me because it was like, oh, you have to do relaxer. How you going to not do relaxer? Like this is the biggest thing in the black hair care industry. And there's a day when you wake up and it used to be 90% of beauty sales and now it's down to not even 9%. So like that for me is full circle. And I love it. And just that sisters, even younger sisters, are just like, I don't want no relaxer. I don't need no relaxer. I think that makes me feel like my life's work has been worth it. Absolutely.
Okay.
By any chance, did you catch the Chris Rock documentary? Good Hair?
Yes,
like,
I did.
Because that was eye-opening to me. I got a daughter. So, the chemicals that you put in your hair and the effects, like I don't know how many people have caught the hidden colors. Like that's like Nat Turner. Nobody really knows that hidden colors actually exist. It's a dope documentary that gives you a lot of information on the history of what we've contributed to the world.
Right.
And fibrosis. I say all that for this. Fibrosis is said to have been caused by a lot of the chemicals.
There's
and
a lot of
like
diseases that that black women have more than other people that they don't really know where it comes from. And I believe that these chemicals seeping into our skin, like it's a serious thing. Like the thing that really moved everybody about the Chris Rock documentary is when he put the can in the relaxer.
Yeah,
and
in the soda.
Yeah, it just demolished. So your strand of your hair is not as strong as a can. So you got to know what it's doing to your skin and your hair. And it's really really serious. You know, when I went to beauty school, they told me straight up, like, this will make your client bald-headed unless you administer it like this. And that was where it, you know, woke up in me that I had to teach people that this wasn't good for them. And it's just I'm just glad to see that people are just not on that anymore. They want better for themselves.
Yeah, and I do find, like, especially when I made that transition, it just makes your hair a lot
Stronger, thicker.
when you're natural. But I just feel like growing up when I was growing up, I had like my hair was
a lot of hair,
huge. But a lot of girls in my school is relaxed, and I was the only one that's pretty much was natural. So I begged my mom to get me a perm, and I just feel like we were so conditioned, like, you know, straight hair is more beautiful, and it's more presentable, especially now when you go into for jobs. A lot of women now are able to go in with their natural hair. There was a time you couldn't do that. You had to get a press or a perm.
I had a young girl the other day bring her mother to me, a West Indian mom, that was telling her, listen, you're getting to be a big girl now. You need to get a relaxer. And she's like, Mom, what are you talking about? Like, it was kind of like a rite to passage to her mother. Like, okay, you're becoming a woman. You need to straighten your hair. Like, natural hair is something for little girls and straight hair is for women. And the little girl did her research and found me and brought her mother to me. And that's why I see the shift, you know, where the younger girls are teaching their mothers, because her mother's still wearing a relaxer and losing her hair. You know what I mean? And she's trying to encourage her daughter. Her daughter looking at her like, I don't want my hair to look like yours, you know? So it's really a shift going on, and I'm excited about it. And that's why I felt the need for the Expo to really educate people. You know, everybody's on YouTube trying to figure it out. But if you have a stylist who's been studying it for 25 years, there's no need to do that, you know? And it's just because of lack. You know, there was a lack, so we had to figure it out some kind of way. So I just want to really let women know that it's okay to have a stylist. It's okay to have a professional help you, and it's okay to know how to do it yourself, because we didn't know. You know, there's a documentary called 400 Years Without a Comb. And that's what it's about. When we were brought over here, they didn't really give us a manual on how to do our hair. They just told us to cover it, tame it, and they didn't want to see it because it made us look strong. You know what I mean? So
I think a lot of times because I heard that in a meme somewhere, and I think a lot of people that don't understand when I actually posted this as well, like, pro-black doesn't necessarily mean anti-white.
Right.
You know, there has been so many situations where we've been told that your natural or your actual beauty is not beautiful.
Right.
That's crazy. I know you saw the doll test.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the little girls I mean, my daughter, I'm thinking I'm raising this strong black young girl to love herself and tell her every day she's beautiful.
Right.
And one day I went and we went to buy her a black doll, and she's like, Mommy, I don't want this doll. I said, why? She's like, look at her hair. I can't even comb it. I don't like it. You know, incidentally, our charity this year is Zoe's Dolls. It's a 10-year-old girl who started a foundation for young black girls where she collects black dolls and delivers it to them on Christmas. So we'll be collecting dolls at the Expo for her. And I just thought it was so amazing that she came up with this concept, and she's building self-esteem so young. And she's going to be at the hair show, and what we have as a surprise for her is we're giving her a makeover.
Nice.
And she's going to walk in the fashion show. So just to even build her self-esteem, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's something like the visions that we see of beauty, you know, it's changing now.
Yeah,
you know, every other commercial you see a girl with a little afro and curly hair. You know what I mean? But we want to, you know, really impose that on our young girls, that it's okay to be beautiful, because it doesn't just translate to hair. They around here trying to lighten their skin.
Bleach their skin.
Bleaching cream is the next thing we need to get off the shelves. You know what I mean? Relaxer is off now. Bleaching cream is next.
Right.
You know,
Bleaching
so
cream,
well,
surgery,
plastic surgery, like it's
implants.
Crazy. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about the title. I mean, you hold the title of creative director for the Royal Coils Natural Hair and Beauty Expo. Is there any pressure, you know, to come up with, you know, concepts and ideas and stuff
is. It's pressure only because there's a lot of elements to it.
Right.
And you got to make it entertaining. You don't want it to be boring. You want people to want to come out. You know, you want people to stay engaged and excited with the show.
Right.
So there is pressure in keeping things
moving.
Like keeping it up to date to what people are used to, which is really not as entertaining to me. You know, I love culture and I love I love old school, you know what I
Right.
mean? But there's a balance where you got to bring today to yesterday and bring it and make
merge,
a
fusion,
fuse
right.
it together so that it's really entertaining and people leave there with something. Like for me, if you just come and check it out and you don't leave there feeling moved, then I didn't really do my creative direction.
Right. So, well, let them know again some information on, the date.
Okay.
And exactly where it's going to be held at.
Well, all the information is on myroyalcoils.com, but
Okay.
it is Saturday, December 12th. We're going to start off with the Expo from 11 to 6. And during the Expo, there's great shopping with amazing vendors from around the country.
Okay.
There's free workshops, which the free workshops, you don't have to pay to go to the Expo to go to the workshops. The workshops are on, we have a great workshop, Daddies with Daughters, and it's all about teaching men and women how to deal with their daughters' hair in natural state, and sons, because we got a lot of boys with long hair. We have a teacher, Maria. She's going to be teaching us twist outs, really learning how to do twist outs at home. We have a lock styling by Yoni Thompson. She's from out of town as well. We have Tondo Kafele, he's coming all the way from New York, one of the best locticians ever. Like, he is a legend, in the natural hair industry. He'll be doing styling on stage. I'll be styling on stage as well. It's just going to be awesome. We have a relaxed stylist by the name of Georgia Smith. Amazing stylist. And she's going to be showing us some cuts on stage. We're going to be tapping into color. Another workshop. Oh, we have a workshop on sugar. Sugar addiction, like why are we addicted to sugar? So it's health, wellness, and beauty. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then at 6 o'clock, we're gonna have a cocktail hour and roll into the fashion show. So if you really don't want to do the workshops, the vendors will still be at the fashion show, so you get to run through them really quickly.
Right.
And the fashion show is going to be explosive. We are featuring 7 designers, all unique, amazing designs. And there'll be a hair showcase as well. So it'll be fashion and hair. It'll be entertainment. My girl Lala is performing at the show,
All right.
just in. And it's just going to be a really, really fun day. And then after that, on Sunday, at the Hyatt Regency. Oh, did I say that all was going on at the Broward County Convention Center in
Yeah, you
Fort
did.
Lauderdale?
Yeah.
And on Sunday at the Hyatt Regency Pier 66, we're gonna have a brunch.
Dope view
And it's
from
gonna
up
be
there.
it's gonna be really nice. The rain better not be like it is to this
I
week.
just
Next
don't
week.
can't make no promises.
It's not it cannot
this
happen because we're
rain.
supposed to be on the lawn.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sexy and it's gonna be motivational. We got motivational
Right.
speakers coming, and we're just really gonna talk about natural beauty and just kind of like we're talking today, and really
Right.
share and engage and just empower people.
I think a lot of women will love that because especially
Yeah.
I'm over here like, oh my gosh, I need to figure something.
Yeah, it's gonna be really
before,
nice.
Before showtime, it's at least a good 15 to 20, half an hour
Mm-hmm.
for her to get here. Because she's dealing with her hair and all
Right.
this other stuff.
So that's what we're gonna help you with. You gotta come check it out. We can
I'm
make
definitely going.
Yeah, you gotta come
You
through.
should go too. You natural too. You
And
gotta
guys,
go.
get
Yeah,
this:
yeah.
if you come to every single event, it's only $100.
Oh.
It's a whole weekend of just vibes and chilling and embracing your culture and
Right.
networking with our people. Like $100, and the expo's only $15 in advance. So get your tickets now.
Well-
myroyalcoils.com.
Well, there was something interesting that I read in
Mm-hmm.
in looking you up and all that. You worked at Procter Gamble?
Yes,
Okay.
I worked for P&G, Procter Gamble, for about 5 years.
Okay.
They took me on a tour, a 9-city tour for 5 years in a row. And what was so interesting about that was my dream job, only because I had the opportunity to really teach women about going natural. The downside to it was that Procter & Gamble was benefiting off of something that they knew nothing about. Now, this was from 02 to about 07.
Right.
And it was a time where the big product lines didn't really know what was happening with natural hair. They saw that there was a buzz, and after they brought me the first year, people were like, the girl with the natural hair, I like that. That was a good ad, you know?
Right.
So they kept bringing me back. And this was when the industry was really changing. And they weren't taking care of me the way they should have for what I was bringing to the table.
Right.
So that was the downside of it. But the great thing about it was I was exposed to women all over the country, and I really understood what women wanted. So it was a learning lesson for me as well.
Right.
So I didn't really lose, you know what I mean? And people are like, you worked with Procter Gamble? Like, how? You know what I mean?
Right.
But it was a time where the industry was shifting, and we were getting with the bigger brands to do that. But what the Expo is I really embrace Black-owned smaller companies, and because they're doing it more authentically. You know, a lot of these bigger companies are saying natural. When you look on the back of the product, it's a bunch of chemicals still in it.
Right.
You know, I'm bringing Wonder Curl, which is an amazing line. This sister out of New Jersey started. All natural. The products work.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm bringing that to the table. Allocate Naturals, and a huge line that is blowing up all over. She's in Sally's, she's in Walmart, but she's authentic. Her stuff is real.
Yeah,
the
you have
real
to read
deals.
now.
You gotta do your research, you know, and that's what the Expo's gonna really allow for you to check out lines and see how to use them, and
Right.
and really see what works for you and your children.
So what about us old fashioned? Well, my old fashioned, like I'm Jamaican also.
Uh-huh.
So I know about like castor oil.
All of those ingredients are in these things. It's
That's
great.
really
Like you
good.
can use them alone, but when they're blended, they're even more powerful.
And oils.
Natural oils are the best. You know, I have my own line, Royal Coils, and you know, our line is all natural. We use a lot of neem oil. That is a hair grower. People don't really know about neem. You know about the basics. You know about castor oil and olive oil, but there's such a wide array of natural oils that are so good for our hair and skin. And these are the things you're going to be learning at the Expo.
Okay.
Well, I've got a personal question for dry scalp. Like I know what is always said is that you keep it oiled down, but I have a texture of hair that kind of sucks it up. I've got coarse hair.
What happens is when your natural hair is dry, and it's not just you, like natural hair is dry, and then we tend to wet our hair a lot trying to put the moisture back in.
Right.
But you need, water is great, but you need oils as well. You know, so a great moisturizing oil is olive oil, but like 4% of people are allergic to olive oil. So if you do the oils and you find it still flaking up, you got to change the oil. So jojoba oil, avocado oil, there's so many oils. Coconut oil is a strengthener, not a moisturizer. And that's what people don't understand. Coconut oil is great, but it's not going to moisturize your hair. It's going to strengthen it and make it grow nice and strong.
Right.
Castor oil, it promotes growth. It moisturizes, but not like olive oil. So that's what you get to learn. And when we blend these oils is when it really benefits you, you know?
Remember when we had Meat on? We had a friend of the show, DJ Meat. Remember you were talking about like when he got a show going on and he just turns up. He turns up with the crowd. Like, do you have that moment? Like when the show is like really flowing and you just like...
Listen, I'm in my salon and I get turned up. when I'm cutting your hair and it's going right, I get turned up. You know what I'm saying? I might spin your chair around and do a little jig because that's just how we do. And it's part of it. You know what I mean? And that's, you'll see all of that. It's going to be very entertaining to watch. And me and my friends, that's what we do. We turn up on some hair stuff.
I mean, again, that's why I wanted to start. I wanted to start the clip off with what you know. It's only incremental parts of what's going on in the actual show.
And I want to thank you because I think that's amazing. Like you really did the research. You know what I mean? And I haven't seen that clip in so long. And like I was actually looking for it a year or two ago, and I couldn't find it in its entirety.
How long has it been?
It was in 2012, I think. Yeah, I think that's when we did it. But I'm just saying, I just think that you're an amazing person, that you really did the research and you believe in the people that you bring in here, and I love that. That's what's up. Thorough. Love a man is thorough.
Don't patronize me, woman. No, I wanted to actually, how did it even go down? Because of course we're gonna keep it strong in promoting Royal Coils Natural Hair and Expo, Beauty Expo, Hair and Beauty Expo. But how did the challenge even go down?
Well, it's a reality show and it's business.
Right.
And it was crazy because they wanted to bring him to Miami and they were looking for someone for him to battle that couldn't beat him. And I heard that they came to me because I did natural hair. And they thought, natural hair can't. You know what I mean?
Right.
What? How is she gonna beat him with his straight hair and his weaves and
you
his
can't
cuts?
deal with this fabulousness.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So by default, they found me. And, you know, they set up the battle. It was a little setup. It's all rigged or whatever.
Right.
But what the producers told me after the show was that they set me up. They gave me horrible music, you know, to try to make it not look good. And when we came and did our set, they had to go back to the drawing board and change his setup so that it would look like he won. And that's why they gave me props on the show to say Natural Trendsetters really brought it, because that's what really, really happened.
Right.
When they saw, they like, yo, this chick ain't playing. Like, she came out here with, you know, the whole drummers, and because the music they gave me was some rock music with all this metal, heavy metal music.
Right.
And I was like, listen, if we just have a drum line, we just follow the bass. We ain't got a list, because they said I had to use that music because it's television. You know, you can't just use any music. So I'm like, what the hell are we going to do? I sat over it for about 2 days. And I was like, yo, we just need a bass line. So let's just bring a drum line and we'll follow the beats and we do what we do. And they were just like, you are amazing.
And you did
like,
that.
Thank you.
But do you think it's like what you said, they came to you because they knew you did natural hair? So do you think that's how people perceive natural hair? Especially like
that
natural
it was
hairstylists, like, oh, okay, well, you do natural hair.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, pick the natural girl. What's she gonna do?
That's like, you know, something that's kind of blown my mind a little bit, as far as I like the turnaround of, I'll say it's an awakening of not just us, but other people that view us, because, you know, I believe we're all hip hop heads. You know, we're all influenced in some
hip hop head,
right, in some way or form. And you kind of look at, for the last 30 years, people that aren't from the culture. When we see stuff like the Jukka News, or we see, like, you know, Carnival or something going on, it's normal. Right. But to the people that are just saying, like, oh my God, look, they're jumping from.
Yeah.
Look at it. And it's like, nah, that's normal.
That's just what we do.
He does that every 4 years. You know
right.
But, you know, but that's the thing that I'm liking, that we're embracing it. We can articulate and speak on, like, nah, this is a whatchamacallit.
Right. That's a twist out. And there's names for it, and there's categories. It's amazing.
And I commend you, you know, for being out, you know, on the front lines and being a mouthpiece for something that a lot of people probably thought was just a novelty. It's just something that, oh yeah, you know, the hair thing, like the afro was just supposed to be here.
A lot of people thought it was gonna go away. Right. I knew it wasn't, because I know what women go through when they go, especially women. You know, even brothers. You know, when a man wears his hair long, it's another vibe. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a whole different
frequency.
It's
a whole different frequency. And you know, I just know that the feeling that people get wasn't gonna go away. And I just felt that I wanted to make more people feel that feeling, and that's been my life's work.
Just look at how, like, you know, hair, much like fashion, is something that can always...
It's just the same. Nothing new under the sun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look, the fades are coming back, the Gumbies, the Mohawks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, all those things are coming back. And, yeah, it's power in your hair. That's your crown.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a quote in here somewhere. I saw it where...
we got to return to our royalty.
Yeah, what it was. Let me pamper your tresses with my healing hands. I will give glory to your crown, because I am a living purpose and I love what I do. That's evident.
Yeah.
That's very evident. That's
Thank
very
you.
evident.
Thank
so
you. Thank you.
I'm saying, I'm sure you have a lot of clientele, because the minute I see healing hands, I'm like, that's where I need to be.
Really? Yeah, listen, I was telling somebody earlier that I used to trick people to go natural. Because women used to come every 3 to 4 weeks. Can I get a relaxer? Oh, you got to do my edges. And I used to fake it. I used to act like I was relaxing their hair, because it's a mental thing. Like, they just felt like they needed it straight, you know? And when their hair started growing, people were like, oh, she got growing hands. She got growing hands. And I was like, it ain't growing hands. It's healing hands.
Yeah,
that's where that came from.
That's like an island term, too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they got growing hands.
Let me go to her. Growing hands. I'll go to her. Yeah.
But I think it depends, because I used to straighten my hair, but I had to kind of start a little bit, because I was like my curls. All right. But I did. Yeah, it can. But I noticed, like, okay, I don't need to get a relaxer, because my hair straightened well, and it lasts me for about 3 weeks. So I was like,
and that's so crazy, because when we got so hooked to relaxer, we can wear our hair straight without doing the chemical damage, and have the best of both worlds. You can wear your hair straight if you want. You can wear it curly if you want.
Right.
And I see a lot of women now, they're getting into wigs so they can protect their natural hair so they don't have to.
They are getting into wigs to cover their natural hair because they don't know what to do with it. You know what I mean? And then the wigs are causing damage as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like it rubs the edges out. You know, lace fronts, was a big craze. Lace fronts were created for theater. Yeah. And gluing it to your scalp was ripping your hair out. And I knew that the minute it hit the market, but they had to take us losing our edges for people to say, okay, we don't do lace fronts anymore.
Countess Vaughn from Moesha.
Yeah,
she was probably the worst case scenario.
Right.
When
she got an infection from the glue.
Oh,
and she got really sick. She ended up being hospitalized.
Wow.
And it's crazy. Like, women wear that stuff for 2 and 3 months. And like when people be patting their hair, it's like it's an issue. Like, they're not beating themselves in the head for no reason. Like something's going on under there. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's serious. And I just really want to teach women the alternative to all of that mess.
Like I have moments where I'm kind of a caveman. I'm not gonna lie, because like when I see y'all doing that, I'm like, what the? Why you got it in your head for?
Right, like you gotta put yourself in.
Yeah, you'll see like at my current job, right?
But see, with that, I noticed because when I like do weaves, I noticed that I never used to put oils or anything on my scalp beforehand. But when I did it, I noticed my hair never itched. Like I was never beating my hair. So I guess your hair needs that moisture. You can't just put your hair in weave and leave it in that long. It. And
like a lot of women wear weaves and it looks great, but their hair is damaged underneath. Like whenever I'm promoting natural, like I've been natural 4 years under here. I'm like, well, why is it under there, sis? Let it out. You know what I mean? Let them kicks be free.
Let them breathe.
You know what I mean? Let them breathe, because it's like we're still hiding it. We still not embrace. Like, you went natural, you left chemicals alone, but you haven't embraced your beauty.
Right.
You still trying to be something else. But women are getting it one by one.
I know they'll definitely get some information as far as being more enlightened and waking up at the Royals Coils Natural Hair and Beauty Expo.
Yes.
Let them know again, like, when it's going down and what all they can get from there.
Well, if you love beauty, fashion, and culture, you need to be at the Royal Coils Natural Hair and Beauty Expo, December 12th, 11 to 6, and the Explosive Hair and Fashion Show on the 12th as well, from 7 to 10 at the Broward County Convention Center in Fort Lauderdale. More information is on myroyalcoils.com. Royal Coils is like a tongue twister. You gotta like get your mouth right to say it.
I had to take my time to
like Royal Coils. But the thing with the Royal Coils is that I think that our kinky hair is evidence in our DNA that we are connected to royalty, because kings and queens had royal coils. Their hair was kinky.
Nice.
And that kinkiness made them royal. So that's kind of where it came from. And people are like, it's too hard to say, but I love it because your coils are royal.
Nice. Nice. We just got a slogan right there.
Yeah.
Right?
Mark that.
Your coils are royal. So come to Royal Coils and enjoy and embrace your royalty.
Are you
active with the healing hands?
Are you active on social media?
Yes, as active as I can be. I'm grown. I don't really be with it, but I try to get it out there. I try to put the information out there for people. I try to put examples out when I do hair. I show, how it can look beautiful. I do a lot of photo shoots and things like that. So I use social media to get that across.
All right.
And you can catch me on Natural Trendsetters on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And my personal Instagram is Simone Sets Trends, and I'm on that a lot. But you can reach me on Simone Sets Trends on Instagram.